Hi, y'all. What up? It's your girl, Niece. We are tuned into Dope South Radio. I'm here with Mai Lee. She's got a dope song out right now called Low Key. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to also, talk about how she feels about a lot of things going on in the media and just kick it like that. So, Mai Lee, go ahead and introduce yourself again and just tell people a little bit about you.
All right. What's up, everybody? It's Mai Lee. I'm so happy you pronounced my name right. Like, do you know how many people get my name wrong?
Yes,
crazy.
Yes. I watched the interview with you, and you had to put emphasis on that, and I was like, you know how I feel when people pronounce my name wrong, so I get it.
Yeah, somebody called me Mulan Lee. I said, really?
What?
They called me
Nah.
Mulan Lee, Melly. Mai Lee. I'm like, come on, guys, please put some respect on my name. It's Mai Lee. Let's get it right, y'all.
Let them know, right?
Yes, but I'm a singer from St. Louis, born and raised, and I'm 100% Vietnamese, and I represent for all the ladies out there and everybody from the Midwest, and I also represent for my Asians, and because I was born in the United States, I represent for my Asian Americans as well.
Okay. So let's go right into the song. I'm gonna tell you how I found out about the song, and then we could talk about it afterwards. So I'm on Facebook, and what I do is I click on a video, and I just kind of scroll through all these stupid videos, fight videos. But I'm scrolling, and I come across your song, and so I'm listening to it, and I'm like, yo, this shit is so dope. And I'm at home, and I let my wife listen to it. I'm listening to it in my studio, and my wife was like, who is that? And my wife don't like nothing. She country music all day.
What?
Yeah, she listens to country music, like real country music. But she heard the song, playing it at home, and she was like, who is that? I like that song. So we just kept playing it over and over again, watching the video over and over again. I went and I bought it on iTunes just so I can listen to it in my car. And
that's dope.
The video is amazing, like the dance moves, the concept for the video, like you're not just standing in front of a brick wall rapping, or singing. You got a actual concept for your video. You have a choreography, the song. Did you write that song?
My producers and I wrote the song. My producers, their names are Brad Young and Vega, and myself, we wrote the song. It took me 2 takes to record. And I put it out.
Yeah?
That's the fastest song I've ever recorded in my life. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I was hella angry. I was so angry writing this song because, dude.
So is this a personal song to you? Like
personal, so personal. That's why every time I perform this song, I perform it with conviction, and I perform it. I get mad every time I sing this song. I get even more mad, but I recorded it so fast because, one, it was a really dope song. We put it together, and 2, it was from personal experience. So what better way for you to perform a song than having to deal with your own personal experience,
Exactly. So you mean to tell me, little old Mai Lee, set tripping on a dude?
I was tripping off a dude. I mean, we always trip off of somebody that we put our all into,
Right.
And, we learn from our mistakes, but this was a great mistake for me because, I happened to write a song about it with my producers. We were able to be creative and just have fun with the song because, we want to talk a lot of stuff about somebody. We could do that all day, but to dance with it, to have a dope video with it, to have a dope concept, to have all this and put it together, I was really shocked at myself and my team. Like, I was like, man, we cold, man. I can't believe I put it together.
Yeah, it was definitely, when I listened to it, it was definitely a change from the records that I had listened to that came out prior to this one. You got the Nobody 1993 song. And before I read your bio on your website, I said, this girl, she got like that SWV vibe when I was listening to the stuff you released prior to that. Then I read your bio and you said that you were inspired by SWV. Was it, I don't know, was it a conscious thing to stray away from that sound, that traditional R&B sound, and go more towards pop, or was you consciously writing the song in a pop
You know what?
form?
When I record and when we record and when they work with me, we base everything off a vibe, you know? So I grew up listening to 90s music. That's all I listened to. That's how I became who I am. Going to school, I went to a performing arts school, and it was an all-black school. None of these kids liked me. I did not speak English. I did not fit in. It was me and like 2 white girls, and all black kids. And I did not fit in at all. They were making fun of me, ching chong, egg roll, every name you could possibly imagine. Funny. It's not funny, but you know what? I started singing. And this one girl named Donise Jones, I remember her. She's still my friend now. I started singing. I was like, I don't know what it is that you've done to me. And then she was like, oh my God, you could sing. And then all the black girls, all the black dudes, they became my friends. So music was my release. Music made me be cool. Singing made me fit in. So, and it wasn't even about like, I'm like, look, I wasn't even tripping off of the race stuff. I was like, let me fit in. Let me be cool. Like, how can I be cool like y'all? Like, what do I need to do? So singing made me be cool. Singing made me fit in. And singing those songs made me who I am. So I went back to my roots. I went back to R&B. And it wasn't just R&B. You know, when my parents immigrated over, my dad was in the Vietnam War. So when they came over here in the 1980s, he listened to soft rock. So he was listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers and Phil Collins and, you know, all these rock people. And then my brother, he's listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony and Prince and Michael Jackson. And he's like, you need to listen to Jade and SWV. And I'm like, what? I'm confused. You got me listening to white people, black people. I'm like, what's going on?
So you kind of got it from both spectrums, though.
I did, and I'm really happy I did, because I'm who I am because of music, and music is so universal. Music I can't even explain how it helped put my family together, how it helped us learn English together, and how it made a difference, how us coming over here, or my parents coming over here from Vietnam, really made a difference. And I wanted my fans to understand where I came from, where my root was. This is not an act. You know, this is who I truly am. This is how I talk with my friends, in front of my parents, in front of people I don't know. This is truly who I am, and I want to stay true to who I am. So that's why I went back to R&B, and I did Nobody 1993. And people always ask me, why do you name it Nobody 1993? Well, if you type in R&B 1993, you'll see all the dopest songs that have been created, and then you'll realize, because like
they came out
in
that era. No, I definitely understand the marketing aspect behind naming it Nobody 1983. Because instantly when I saw the title of the song, I was like, oh, this gonna be some 90s shit. And I listened to it, and it sounds, it's like I'm back in that era. And mind you, I'm only 27, so I was really young when those songs were coming out. But I can listen to them now and still identify with the era and still understand, like, remember my mom blasting SWV and Escape in the house while she was cleaning up. Like, I still remember those things.
Absolutely.
So that's why I appreciated your music. And I could tell from the tone of your voice that it wasn't an act, because you can't fake those type of vocals. You can't fake that type of range.
You cannot.
When you're singing. Now, this low-key song, the tone of your voice is completely different. Like, this is my favorite song. I'm not gonna lie, I listen to this song every day. Going to school, since I pull up on campus, I roll the windows down. I want y'all to hear this shit. This shit is rough. It is like a great, great song. And I don't really listen to a lot of rap music or a lot of R&B music at period. I listen to myself, and I listen to other independent artists, because I like to support the independent artist community. And this song right here is this is really one of my favorite songs. Like, it's up there with one of my favorites. When I tell you I listen to it every single day, I'm obsessed with it. My favorite verse is the second verse.
Oh, I am from Vietnam, so crazy. You know what it is?
Yes.
You know what it
yes.
is?
That is my favorite verse. When that part comes on, I start singing, and I can't stop. Now, you say something in the song, might go Lorraine or Bobbitt. That's
the bridge.
You know,
yes.
you have everybody Googling who the hell Lorraine Bobbitt is.
I know. This one girl, she texted me and she was just like, I didn't know who Lorena Bobbitt was, and then she sent me a picture of a knife. And I said, girl, you know who Lorena Bobbitt is now? And she was like, I know who Lorena Bobbitt is now.
Yes. Like, everything you speak about in that song is identifiable. Like, anybody who, and I'm a lesbian relationship, and you're talking about you and another man, but I can still identify with that because I've been in situations where I go and roll up on somebody and act a fool. You know what I'm saying? The song is so relatable in the dance moves. Did you practice dancing? Like, have you had any formal training?
So I have been going to performing arts school since I was 5. So I've been dancing my whole life. Jazz, hip hop, ballet, point, everything you could possibly imagine. Lyrical. And then I stopped a little bit in high school because I pursued music. And, you know, if something's in you, if you have a gift, it's going to always be in you. And it took me about a couple months to prepare for this video. I told my management team that I wanted a whole bunch of dancers, right? And I had this huge idea. I was telling my sister, my family members, my friends, like, I got this idea, y'all. I want to do 20, 25 dancers. I want to do this, and that. They was like, man, you crazy. You tripping. Like, you can't pull that. You can't pull that off. So when somebody tells me I can't pull something off, or they don't know if I can be successful, or they doubt it, I'm going to pull it off. So I called my choreographer, Red. His name is Red Williams. He has done Lady Gaga, J-Lo. Like, he's done so many people. He's choreographed for them, or he's danced with them. But he's from St. Louis as well. I called him and I said, hey, can you help me throw an audition for my music video? He was like, sure. And we pulled it off. Like, 30 girls came. We chose 22, 21 dancers. We had rehearsal back to back. I don't think, you know, St. Louis has had a music video like this, you know, let alone an Asian artist. I'm pretty sure that
it's not a lot of Asian artists, period, though. Like,
well, there are, but not Asian American.
Well, yeah, but think about the guys or the girls who are at the top tier representing. You know, it's not a lot. If they are, they're not waving that flag for their ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Like, even down to, like, where you're from. I'm from Baltimore. There's a lot of artists that are from Baltimore that are in the music industry or in Hollywood or in any of these industries, but they don't really wave that flag. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. And so I think that if this song got the exposure that it needs, you could be up there on Billboard with the top ones. This song is one of those ones that I can listen to today, and then 5-6 years later, I can still listen to it, and it still resonates with any situation. It's just
you know what? I truly believe it too, and it's about who you know. It's about, like, my video popped up and you saw it. I'm like, how the heck did you see it?
Right.
On Facebook. It just has to be in the right hands at the right time, you know, and I'm prayerful about it. And I'm keep on working. I keep on moving. So I know.
How do you feel about your trajectory right now, though? Like you have a successful video. You got a couple thousand views on YouTube, 35,000 views on YouTube. Your other songs got 100,000 views. You know, I don't really see too much musical content online. It could be a reason behind that. I actually like the fact that you don't have a lot of content on here, music, because people just like to put songs out, and don't really stick to one song.
Yeah.
But
my goal,
I know. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I do things for a reason, and I'm trying to be as smart as possible because before, I mean, I see what other people do, and I don't want to make a mistake. Now, we may make mistakes in life, you know, but I just want to be very, very careful with all my moves. The success that's going on right now, I don't know what the heck is going on because it's like going on. It's going so fast for me. I have a family restaurant in St. Louis too. We've been in business for 30 years. It's a Vietnamese and Chinese restaurant, and it's called Mai Lee Restaurant. So I work at my family restaurant 12 hours a day on weekends. I do music full time on weekdays. So I'm still waiting on tables and running a restaurant while I'm performing. It's not going to stop. Like, people are like, you still waiting on tables? Yes, girl, that's how I make my money, girl. Like, come on. Like, this doesn't stop. And it feels weird because once I released the video and I was at work, a few of my fans or my friends would come to the restaurant. They'd be like, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be, like, touring or something? I'm like, look, it's still not that easy, y'all. You still have
People
to grind.
don't really understand the grind and the business aspect behind the music, the politics behind it. You got a great song, but like you said, it's about who you know. It's about, you know, who's willing to, you know, give you that hand. Like, you can only do so much by yourself.
Yes, and
you need that extra help.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm grateful for my team. If it wasn't for my team, we wouldn't get a lot of things done. And I'm truly, truly, truly blessed. And I think you know, it's because I've made a whole bunch of mistakes before, and I know I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that again. I want to be really smart and just make these wise decisions for my career and for myself.
When you say mistakes, do you mean the mistakes, you know, the ones that every artist go through, or damn near every new artist go through, where they don't have their paperwork together, they don't understand what the publishing is? Like, are those the type of mistakes you've made?
Yeah, like, see, I run the whole business, so everything goes through me. You know, my team would be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? If I didn't know the business, if I didn't have my parents' determination, or like if I wasn't in the business, I wouldn't understand anything. I wouldn't understand contracts. I wouldn't understand, oh, you got to be on time. I wouldn't be on, you know what I'm saying? You have to do this. You have to do this before you do this. Or you can't meet with this person by yourself, or, you know, just a lot of things that you can help prevent from happening.
Right.
You just have to really think about it, because I wasn't a thinker, because sometimes artists, they just get so happy, they like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, you gotta think smart. You gotta think about the business part too. You gotta calm down.
Right.
You know.
Right. You definitely gotta think about the business part, and you gotta understand that when you put a song out, just because you're sick of hearing it, there's still millions of people who haven't heard it yet. So put a little bit more grind and effort in that song. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists like to hit it and quit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, you don't have a lot of content online, and I appreciate that, because it shows me, or it makes me think that you're taking more time on your business than rather just putting out songs.
I truly am. And I do that for a reason. Every song I put out, I base things off of how I feel, and if it sounds right, or if this is the right time for the song. And then I will release a video, and then I will do promo for the video and the song. And then, you know, there's a plan for everything. Some people, it's great for them to release things, you know, and it's great for a lot of content. But what I'm trying to do right now is put the right content out at the right time. And I'm working on an EP I'm working on an EP right now that I plan on releasing by the end of the year.
Do you have a title for that yet?
I don't know, but I know that this album, or this EP, is going to be very emotional. And you're going to feel a lot. I truly want my fans to feel me and understand what I'm going through. And what I meant by mistakes was mistakes of growing up and being and turning into a woman too. Like if I didn't take out time, I kind of took time out from the world and just was in the studio for like 2 years trying to record all these songs. And I just had to make mistakes and grow up. So if it wasn't for me growing up as a woman, you know, I wouldn't experience a lot, and then I wouldn't be able to write about a lot.
Right.
So that is the main goal too. That was the main thing that I had to do. I had to like really just hide out, stay low key, do what I had to do, and figure myself out. And that's exactly what I did.
Right.
And that's why I can't wait to release this EP. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I'll be getting a copy of the EP on iTunes or wherever the hell it's at. I'll stream it every day. But so you've had some success so far in your career. Right now, what is the highlight of your career so far? Like, what is something that you could be like, okay, yeah, I'm proud of that, or I can't believe that happened?
Well, I performed at Super Jam in St. Louis a few months ago, and I was on stage, and I asked my management team, I said, how many people are going to be there? They're like, oh, about 15, 20,000 people. I said, what?
20,000 people.
I was like, what?
So that's the biggest crowd you've ever performed for.
Yeah, it was at the Scott Trade Center. It was, a big, big, big dome in St. Louis, and so many people. All I saw were lights and phones, and I'm like, oh my God, am I performing? And then Dreezy was on stage, and then 50 Cent was on stage, and I'm like, I'm tripping out, and then I'm opening up for them. And then it was 4 opening acts. It was me and 3 other artists, and they were all my friends, and we're all dope artists from St. Louis, and I was the last one to open up before before the headliners. So I felt privileged. I was like, dang,
right,
I'm representing for the ladies.
Everybody's there. They've gotten
everyone was there.
Oh my goodness, that has to be like crazy to look out into the crowd and see that many people.
Yes, and then people didn't know who I was. People were like, oh my gosh, that's her. Oh my gosh, she's Asian. Oh my gosh, she's from St. They're like, she's Asian, she's from St. Louis, and that's her. That's how she looks. Like, a lot of people don't know how I look. They aren't able to put the song and the face together because they never see me. Because you can't really find too much about me. And I really like that mysterious, way of me. I don't want anybody to. I want them to know me, but I don't want them to know all about me yet. Just not just yet. Because I got a lot in store, and I want to do it right.
Right, and leaving your fans guessing will keep them coming back. Like, I keep checking YouTube to see if you have a new song out that I haven't heard yet because I like this song so much. Like, when I like a song, like, I'm just obsessed with it, and I sing this song every day. So you performed the song at Super Jam. Was this the only song you performed, or did you give them opportunity to hear new music?
This was the only song I was able to perform because it was 4 of us on the opening act set.
Okay.
So we had a short amount of time. And so I just made the best out of it because I was so privileged to be on stage with the other 3 St. Louis acts and along with everybody else. These are people that I
So you're kind of a front runner. Like,
for the ladies,
kind of a front runner. I mean, just as like local talent in your city, you will be considered a front runner, right?
I don't know. Yes and no. It's hard for me to say.
You can't say it because it would be like you're giving yourself a shameless compliment. But I would say for someone from for anybody, because I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm from Baltimore. So your song has traveled from St. Louis to Baltimore, where I'm from, to Raleigh, where I'm currently living. Like, I have my friends in Maryland listening to this song. I have my friends here in Raleigh listening to this song. Now, there's independent artists in my city right now who can't even get their song outside of the city. Your song is being played on the radio, I hear.
Yes.
You're doing big events like, what is it, Super Jam?
Super Jam,
And Super Jam is what is it? Hot 105 point something?
Hot 104.1.
104.1. So Super Jam is kind of like the equivalent of New York's Summer Jam.
In a sense, kind of, yeah.
Right. You can kind of put those events in the same category. Now, for you, a local artist in St. Louis, to be on Super Jam, that's big to people that's outside of your city, because we're looking at that like, yo, she's a star. Like, my friends that listen to your music, they think you're a star. They think that you're already signed. They wouldn't know that you're still working at a restaurant. Now, tell everybody the name of that restaurant again so they can come in there and harass you.
It's called Mai Lee Restaurant. It is the exact same name. Yes.
And that's located in St. Louis.
Yes. And we've
So,
been in business for a very long time. My mom, she's the one who started it all. So she's continuing the name. What was that?
no, I'm saying that's commendable that your mom and your dad or your mom, you know, your family have a successful business that gives you the business savvy.
Yes, and that's why I'm so business minded. And so I'm continuing the legacy of her starting the first Vietnamese restaurant in St. Louis, and I want to be the first Asian American superstar, like pop star. I don't see me anything below that. I don't see anything below that because I know I can give the fans what I want somebody to give me.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, I definitely believe in you. Like I said, if this song gets on the platform that it needs to get on, like I'm gonna send this to my friend. She's a radio personality for K105.7 here in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send her this song and see. You know, well, I have to actually get the song from you, but
yeah, I can give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and email that song to my business partner, Renee, and she'll email it to me. And what I'll do is I'll send the song to people that I know that has radio stations, anybody that I know that will play this song. I'm going to send it to them. We also going to play this song on Dope South Radio as well. And just try to get more exposure. We got really great numbers with our Dope South situation right now. So we just trying to bring as much exposure as possible to any artist that we think is dope. And honestly, I'm surprised you did the interview because, like I said, I thought you were like one of those celebrities already who's too good to do an interview with some unknown. But we're building our platform. And basically, I'm going to let you know what we're about. Our platform is about empowering independent artists. We teach independent artists about publishing companies. We teach them about performance rights organizations. We show them how to actually get paid when their music is played, streamed, downloaded. We show them how to build press kits and just different things to help them put forth more of a professional look with their brand. And so we like to showcase artists that have already, you know, put forth that professionalism. And like I said, when I came across you and your music and your brand, it was a perfect opportunity for me to show our listeners and our readers and artists that we see that's on an independent level, but putting out professional quality material. You know, and so we commend you for what you're doing for your city, what you're doing for your culture, and just for your whole brand. Now, did you watch the Rob and China show last night? Everybody's talking about that.
I did not. I was actually working, so I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Exactly. You are busy doing productive stuff than being unproductive. But what do you think about the whole situation, though? Like this whole Rob, China, Kardashian bullshit. Like, what's your opinion about that?
Honestly, he is the only male.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, you know, about him gaining weight, going through a lot. I'm pretty sure everyone has their own issues and everybody deals with things differently, you know. And I don't know how him and Black China, like, I don't know how they even met up or like got together or it's still kind of surreal to me. I really pray and hope that things work out for him because I know everybody got a lot to say about him and Blac Chyna and the Kardashians. You know, I mean, they the talk of the world. You know.
Yeah.
How do I feel about them? I say, hey, if he's happy and he's doing what he wants to do, and he doesn't feel like he's up under his quote unquote sisters, then by all means do what you're gonna do, but do it respectfully, out of respect for your family, out of respect for your dad's name, who is, you know what I'm saying, who's not here anymore. And just do it and be true to yourself. Like, cause you never know what's not true and what is true because it's the media.
Right.
The media can just jack everything up. You just never know. You don't know if they're doing the show for fake or for real. Who knows? But I just anybody, if you are going to do it, hey, just do it for real. Don't do it for fake. Don't be playing, because you're not going to get blessed if you do that.
And see, that's when I was watching the show last night, because my wife, she's all into, the Kardashian bullcrap. So I watched the show with her last night, and the entire time that I was watching the show, I was saying to myself, this is staged. How can you not tell? So let me ask you this. If they came out and said this is all staged, how would you feel about them then?
I would feel like, hey, you got to do what you got to do in order to make your money. I don't discriminate. I don't, if that's what you think would be best for you in your life, by all means do it. But I won't, then I would know what it is and I wouldn't watch the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
so
people
if you knew
don't
it was
know.
fake, if you knew that the Kardashians and this Robin China mess was all fake, all staged, you would just stop watching?
In a sense, but I love the Kardashians, man.
Right, you can't help but love them because they're so damn entertaining.
And and no matter what, they still a family, so they still have morals. They still are respectful of each other. So, I don't judge nobody for doing what they need to do and to how they make their money. I don't judge.
Right. Now that is something that I can wave my flag for. However you get into the money, as long as you don't go against your morals and your values, get that check.
Yes, absolutely. And if they're comfortable being on TV and they're comfortable doing whatever they do, that's all good. Do it. More power to you. Can you guys teach me something?
Exactly. They need to have a conference or a workshop, how to be a Kardashian.
Right? Exactly.
And I would sign up for it.
Absolutely. And if it's fake or not, I really don't. You know what? I probably still would watch it just because it's entertaining. And if I had time to watch TV, I would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're too busy doing your thing to be worried about them doing their thing.
That's true. That's true. But one thing I do watch is Power, though. I'm addicted to it.
Okay, so let's talk about Power, because I got lost in the second season because I didn't have this actual station. So, you know how everybody's making this Power Empire comparison? What do you think about that? Do you think there's any comparison?
There's no comparison. They're two totally different shows.
What show do you like better?
I like both. Well, it's just the timing. I like Power more right now because I'm so into it and I'm like dedicated to it. I think I missed 2 episodes though, maybe 3, so I got to catch up. But Power is very, very interesting, and I liked Empire because it was musically inclined, and I had a few of my friends who are dancers on the show too. They made some appearances too, so I was like, wow, like Empire started it all, It was pretty cool to find out about Empire and to find out that there were so many dope actors and actresses on there that I look up to.
Right.
Man, that was pretty cool.
But let's keep it real. Writing wise, visual, just all around, Power got it. Like Power got it. You right. That I literally ordered Showtime when I first found out about the show. This was towards the end of the first season into the second season. I didn't know anything about it because I don't really watch TV. As soon as I found out about that show, I went and I ordered Star or whatever channel that came on. I went and ordered it, and I was like, man, I gotta stay up with it so I can be at the water cooler talk. Everybody talking about Power. But I think the comparison between the two is kind of more of a marketing strategy because at the time, Empire was the hot thing. So if you put Empire in a commercial with anybody, obviously it's going to be some marketing behind it. Now, I know I'm all over the place, but marketing wise, would you do something, sort of like stage, like how the Kardashians may stage scenes or anything like that? Would you do that to market yourself? Would you fake a situation to market yourself?
Well, that's not who I am or what I would do, but I think it would just depend on the situation, and there would have to be some truth to it. You know, I just can't
Right.
be. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been in that situation, and that, you know, I haven't been in it, so I don't know what I would really do, to be honest with you. But if it was so fake and staged, I wouldn't do it, and there got to be some truth to it, because then I'd be fake.
Right.
I
You know,
wouldn't be
like
able to do that.
I'm noticing now that a lot of artists are like taking shots at artists that they may be compared to, or even like the whole situation with Empire and Power, how 50 Cent was making so many references to Empire and just trying to get people to think about those two things in the same sentence, even though they were nowhere near alike. And I notice a lot of artists are doing that too, where they're going online and they're saying things about popular artists just to bring some attention to themselves and to their music. And the reason why I ask you this is because some artists get stagnant. Like, you got a song right now, it's a hot record. I don't really know, you know, how your numbers are looking for as sales. But if someone came to you and said, hey, Mai Lee, we need you to go out here and act a fool so we can get some more views and we can make our numbers go up, would you be willing to do something like that?
I would not. I can't sell my soul to the devil like that. Then I'd be so fake towards myself. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I'm glad
And
you used that reference, like sell your soul to the devil, because the people think that selling your soul means you're actually speaking to the devil who's in physical form and you're signing a fucking contract, and there it goes. What people don't understand is that selling your soul means going against your morals and values for whatever reason. You can sell your soul for more things than just financial gain.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that you say that you wouldn't do something like that shows me and shows our listeners that you have a little bit more standards. You're not just, it's not by any means necessary to get famous. Now, are you interested in being really, really famous, or do you want to just be successful? Because it's two different things.
I want to be extremely, extremely, extremely successful. Because if you're not successful, you can't be famous.
Exactly. And
you can
a
be
lot
smart.
of these young artists. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You can be smart, but you can't be intelligent. You got to be intelligent. Like,
and not just smart.
Yeah, like you got to be one, and then you can be the other.
Exactly. And so do you have any advice for artists that are coming up right now that don't really understand what it takes to even get where you at right now? Like, you're not where you want to be, but you're on a level higher than a lot of our listeners and a lot of the artists that we work with. So what advice do you have for them so they won't have to sell their souls to the devil?
I would say be completely true to yourself. Be true to who you are, and don't settle. There is a lane for anything and everything. Like, if you don't give it 100%, you're not going to get 100% results. And I can vouch for that, because before I was giving 80% of my time to my family restaurant and 20% of my time to recording. And all my songs turned out trash. And the reason why was because I didn't dedicate all my time, sweat, blood, tears to music. And I didn't get the results I wanted. So if you don't give your all to something, you're not going to get blessed in that situation. Like my father was, when he immigrated over here, he was a janitor. And he told me he was the best janitor in the world. He was like, I don't care if I got paid $5. I was the best janitor, and couldn't nobody tell me nothing. And I took from that, because if I'm not the best, then I'm selling myself short. Then I'm selling this Asian girl over here in Korea probably who was like, ooh, I like Mai Lee. Or what about, I want to be just like her. Well, if I'm giving 50% of my energy to the world, she gonna give 50%. I'm like, people are gonna look up to me because I'm looking up to myself. I'm like, I got to do this for myself. I got to do this for my family. So I can't just sell myself short. And I wouldn't want anybody else doing that. If this is your dream, music, being a lawyer or whatever, give it your all. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. And you can do it.
So you want to stray away from being the role model form? Because some artists don't want to be the role model. They want to just make music and give their art. So would you stray away from being a role model for, the girl, like you said, that looks up to you because you look like her?
I would not. Maybe down the line, if I'm finally out there, I'm like, all right, y'all, you guys know who I am now. Let me be me, right? But I am a role model to everyone. And if you believe in my music, I'm going to be a role model to you.
Right.
And you're going to have some type of positive energy when you see me, when you hear me or something. Because that's what I'm about. I'm not just doing this for the music, for the love of music. I'm doing this for the love of people. For the love of people.
Exactly.
Music brings people
what
together.
You're doing is authentic. This is who you are. You're not portraying. You're not trying to be black like people would try to say. You're not trying to act like something you're not. You're doing what it is that's authentic to you. And all our listeners could definitely appreciate, your authenticity and just what you're putting out in your music and your brand and what you're trying to do. So, you got the song Low Key. It's already out. What should we expect next?